find us here on the internet. There I am. Shut the volume off there. It's turned up on my phone. The phone is flipped so you can see everything forward facing. I'm going to share us out into our Create group. So hopefully some people will find us. Hi, Felicia. How are you today? I'm just sharing the video. Hi, Jolene. How are you girls doing today? I'm just sharing this video into our Create group. So if we have some of our friends over there, they'll hop over here to join us. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Yep, thank you so much. Doing good. All right, that is shared. Trying to tag followers and it's not letting me do it right now, so I'll have to do it later. All right, so let me turn my fan on for a sec. All right, so I wanted to create something very similar to what my friend Ginger from Glitzy Creations by Ginger has been sharing the past couple of weeks. If you haven't seen, she took a plastic bucket, like a foam clay bucket, and wrapped it with some of her beautiful foam glitter sheets. And she's in the process of turning it in, decorating the outside to look like a gingerbread house, which I love. And on the inside, she got a little pink artificial tree and she's gonna put that inside, and basically the decorated gingerbread house bucket is gonna be the tree stand. So I shared on my video yesterday when I was finishing Haley, that cute little scarecrow, she came out adorable, that every year when one of my grandchildren was born, for their first Christmas, I made them little Christmas trees to go in their bedrooms. I always had a little, hi Alma, how are you? I always had a little Christmas tree in my bedroom growing up, just a little one, just a tabletop one. And I wanted to start that tradition for my grands. And so far I have 3. Hazel is 3 years old. She got a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Christmas tree, her first Christmas. Hi, Vicky, how are you? And then Evelyn is 1.5 years. So for her first Christmas, I made her, I believe it was like red and white with candies, peppermint candies, leaning a little bit towards Candyland, but not all out Candyland. And now you guys know this year I have a brand new granddaughter. She's 4 months old this week. So this will be her first Christmas. So Mimi has to make her a Christmas tree too. Hi, Miss Linda. We're starting the Christmas tree for my granddaughter, Brooke. We're starting the stand like Ginger has been showing us. And mine's not gonna be exactly like Ginger's because I didn't have a round bucket. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for sprinkling. And I believe my tree is smaller than the one that Ginger has. Mine looks a little bit smaller, which is fine. I was just inspired by her lovely idea. And I'm just gonna use some trash to treasure pieces I have around my house. So I did pick up this cute little pink tree from Hobby Lobby. It was $12.99, so I got it for $6.50 because everything is, their Christmas is half price. And then for mine, what I'm gonna try to do for mine is, I do have several, sorry guys. I do have several Model Magic buckets because I use the white Model Magic to make my popcorn kernels that I put in all of my little projects. So I'm gonna try to make mine with this bucket, which is rectangle, except the sides are dipped in. You see, they're like, whatever that is, concave, whatever, it's dipped in on the sides. So it's gonna make it a little bit trickier to cover the sides, I feel. Unless if I just go straight across and don't dip it in, I can do that because it'll be on the sides. I'm really only gonna decorate the front. I'm gonna put the label to the back. I don't even know if I could get this label off. Let's try. Let's try. Maybe it'll come off. Oh, it's coming off. We're gonna cover it with the glitter foam sheets, but if I could get some of this off, and then that way my glue will stick right to the bucket and not the paper. I would hate for it to peel off eventually on down the line. So like I said, mine is a spin-off of Ginger's idea. I told her right away as soon as I saw it, I wanted to do that because I knew I was gonna be making a Christmas tree for my granddaughter. But I really wanted to use what I had. So I'm gonna try it with this bucket. And I'm just gonna have to do things a little bit different than what she did. She used a round bucket, so her foam glitter sheet went around it like butter, really easy. I'll make it work. I mean, we'll make it work somehow. Hi, Stephanie, how are you? So I got this little tree, and it's smaller than the one Ginger got, which is fine, but I think it'll fit in here cute. I'll have to put something inside here, like build it up with pieces of styrofoam, and then probably hot glue and E6000 glue. Seeing if I could take this, stand off. I can maybe just stick it in the styrofoam. Otherwise, I'll push it in. Maybe I'll put some foam clay around it to hold it, and some hot glue and some E6000, and then more styrofoam on top. And then maybe I'll get some little white faux fur or something to put around it, like a little tree skirt-ish. But this is my plan. This is my plan. And in my head, I wanted to kind of model it off of this little gingerbread house that I made a while back. Now on this one I used from the dollar store. Hi Diane, how are you? My paper crafting friend, how are you? So I wanted to model it to look somewhat like this, really sweet and whimsical and candyland. Make a lot of sweet treats and candies to put on it to make it look similar to this. Now Ginger had a silicone mold to make the front door. I don't, and I don't foresee me making a lot of houses in the future, so I didn't really want to invest at this time for a door silicone mold. But I do have a die from my paper crafting days, a die cut that you would put on paper and crank it through like a Sizzix to cut it out. And I tried it this morning. I rolled out some clay and I put the die, I impressed it on top of it, because you know you see a lot of people having the two-part cookie cutters these days where they cut out the shape and then they have a separate impression plate that they push on it, and it makes an impression of a snowman or a house or a candy cane or whatever. That's my thinking, that I could use the die from my paper crafting stash to depress it in the clay, to make the shape and the outlines, and then we can decorate it and embellish it. Hi, Deborah, how are you? So yeah, I made this cute little gingerbread house a couple of months ago. It is available on my website if anyone loves it, or you can just private message me and we can make it happen. But for the bottom, I used a little ice cream cup from the Dollar General. I think Dollar Tree had them too, I think. And then the chimney is the spoon from the ice cream cup. I thought that was so cute and just glittered it. And then the 3 sections are pieces of styrofoam that I covered with foam clay, and then I just embellished everything really fun. Hi, Miss Carissa Lovebug. I've been thinking about you. I hope you're hanging in there today. I know. Today's a challenging day, and I hope you're powering through, my friend. And then I went ahead and decorated. Hi, Christine. Decorated with a lot of little candies and treats. The front steps are a graham cracker cookie. Hi, Tracy, welcome. And then I set everything on a styrofoam disc, and I added some more white foam clay and glitter to make it look like the house was sitting on snow. So that's kind of, hi Susie, welcome. That's kind of what I was thinking, you guys, that for the look of mine, obviously we're making it with a rectangle box, so it's gonna be a different shape. But for the decorations, I'm gonna kind of be inspired by this little cutie. And she is available, she's in my shop if anyone loves her. She can make a cute little gift too for a gingerbread collector. I may have to give her to my mother-in-law because she collects gingerbreads. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Oh, and I have this little house over here too, I just saw, from my paper crafting days, that can give me some inspiration for embellishments. See, that little door was just made with a piece of chipboard and the little awning over, and I decorated it with little cabochons and buttons and pearls. Super cute. And then the little window and the shutters on the side. So cute. And I probably still have some of them that I could dig out of my stash and use to decorate our gingerbread house. That would be so cute. So cute. Where is my little stash of chipboard? Let's see what Debbie has in here. I'm gonna get the tree out of our way. That's Brooke's little Christmas tree. Baby Brooke. She's 4 months old this week. What's today? What's the date today? She was born on the 15th. So on the 15th, she'll be 4 months old. These are letters. I have a lot of letters. I could use one of these frames as a window. They're frames, and then it had the chipboard on the inside. Hi, Sean. Today's the 12th. Okay, in 3 days, she'll be 4 months old. But I could use that as a window and glitter it. That would be cute, you guys. That looks like gingerbready, doesn't it? Doesn't it look a little bit gingerbready? And again, this is just chipboard from my stash, from my paper crafting days. I have a lot of alphabet letters. These are all alphabet letters. I'll have to go through off camera and look through my stash and see what other pieces that I might have that might work. But that would be a cute idea. We'll keep that in our back pocket. We'll keep that in our back pocket for decorating our gingerbread house. Okay, so like I said, oh, And then I grabbed some of the things that I got for Brooke's little tree so far, 50% off. And then of course I'm gonna make some candy things because it's gonna be Candyland. I thought these were cute. They're teeny tiny little bulbs that say believe in joy and Mary and peace. I thought those were cute. They look like little white snowballs. And of course, you guys know me, I had to get the macarons. Even though I can make them, they were just so cute. And I mean, $5, so they were $2.50. Cute. Sometimes the 50% off deals, I mean, you just can't go wrong. Sometimes you just have to get them instead of making it from scratch. And then I thought this was cute. See, we could be inspired by the decor on this too for our gingerbread house. I thought this little ornament, oh, I just noticed it lights up. I didn't even know that. I thought he was cute with the pink Santa Claus. That's what caught my eye. Of course, you guys, I mean, the little pink Santa Claus and the pink door and the little wreath on the door. We can do our door pink and put a little green wreath on it. That would be cute. And then I would like to do a little tree off to the side. So we'll take inspiration from that. That's a good one. And then I got her pink lights to put on her pink tree, Baby Brooke. And then I grabbed some of these from the party section. I thought they would be cute to just stick in as filler. Little squiggles. They are so darling, right, Linda? Then I got these, 50% off, super cute. Little gingerbread, adorable. And then I got these, 50% off. I might not have to make anything, you guys. I forgot all this stuff I bought because I've been buying as soon as they did 50% off and squirreling it away. And it's not really that big of a tree, so I might be good. I might be good. I thought these were cute. Just little cake pop balls. They'd even be cute to put a tiny little stick, one of the lollipop candy sticks, in them, you know, and cut it short and make it look like a cake pop on a stick. That might be cute. Oh, I returned a couple of garlands yesterday and a roll of ribbon that I didn't use, and the ribbon wasn't on the 2 receipts that I brought in, so they just gave me store credit. It's probably on this receipt. I tend to keep my receipts in the bags, and then if I have to exchange or return something, then the receipt is. But I pulled the ribbon out to work on my wreath. I had 2 rolls of it, and I didn't need the 2 rolls. Then I got the little gumball machine for her. Yeah, you guys, I don't think I'll really have to make very many ornaments for Baby Brooke's tree, because it's not, Ginger had bought the next size bigger, and I guess I could have because my bucket is big, but my daughter-in-law and son will probably appreciate the small size. I bought all this so long ago, I don't even remember. Oh. So cute. Little nutcracker. I got him from Mimi too. Mimi loved him, so I'm gonna add him to my beach tree, even though he's not beach, he's pink. I think he'll go cute. And one more. What is in here? Like one more thing. This is like a mini Hobby Lobby haul. Oh, cute. This is too big for Baby Brooke's tree. I think Mimi bought this for Mimi. I think that's too big for Baby Brooke's tree. I loved it because look at his scarf, you guys. It's made with the little foam beads, like that little present that I made, that yellow one right there on my table, that yellow one I made a few weeks ago. Hobby Lobby inspired present. This is what it reminded me of. So I'm pretty, and I love his little straw arms. How cute. I need to make a foam clay one like him. But I'm pretty confident Mimi bought this for Mimi. Hi, Maria. How are you? All right, I'm going to set him aside. Not with the baby's stuff, so I don't get it mixed up. And we'll put all this aside. And we'll get started. So that's everything I got for baby Brooke's little first Christmas tree so far. All the little ornaments. Throw that out into the hallway. Oh, and the lights, the pink lights. I think it'll be super cute. The kids don't know. I just saw you pop on there, girl. I just saw you pop on there. Okay. So like I said, this is going to be a little bit more challenging than how Ginger did hers, because she had a round Bose clay bucket. But, yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured. Yeah. 3 o'clock, yeah. They did, didn't they, Alma? They did do double. Because I remember seeing some of this cute stuff last year, and that's before I really 1,000% jumped on the Candyland train. And this year, as the year kept progressing, I just kept loving it more and more and more and more. So when I saw them putting their Christmas out this year and I saw what a variety and how much they had, I was very pleased. And I got a good amount of it. And I actually went back again last night because remember, those of you, hi Cheryl, those of you that were on with me yesterday at the very end, I was wiring the bulbs together to look like gumballs to put on my garlands. And I came up with the idea to wrap the gumball garlands that I got around my palm tree in the front, and I only had 2, so I went out there and kind of wrapped one, and I said, oh, I need at least 2 more. And I told my husband, hi, Paulette. He's like, well, we better go right back tonight, because if you wait, they could be gone. So, and you got to look at them really carefully, even though, you know, the package of bulbs and the garlands made out of the same material, it says shatterproof. They're made out of some sort of very lightweight plastic, and 2 of the garlands had broken bulbs on the garland. So you got to look at them really careful. All right, so let me just get into this. I really don't know what I want to do on the sides because it's not perfectly rectangle. It kind of goes in, so I can't just wrap it around like Ginger. Hi, Paula. Ginger just wrapped hers around because she used a round bucket. So, you see what I'm saying? Because on the sides, there's going to be angles. There's going to, see, I just wrapped it around a little bit. I stopped where that first little dip starts. And you see, it's because it tapers off narrower at the bottom. It's going to be a little tricky. It's going to be a little tricky. So I feel I need to wrap the front good. Hi, Marie, how are you? I feel I need to wrap the front really good to make the front look good, because that's what we're going to decorate. Hi, Miss Peggy, how are you? Put some clay foam or styrofoam in the dip. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. The dip, though, is not as concerning as the angle. So the front of this is easy to wrap, but the bucket gets narrower towards the bottom. So even on the sides, I can't just wrap it around. Even if I put foam clay in that dip, the dip doesn't bother me because I could literally put the glue in there and just go like that. But I'm gonna have to do this in 4 separate pieces. See what I'm saying? Because the bottom of the actual container narrows down. So there's no way I could wrap it around in one continuous piece because the sides you're getting an angle. So I'm gonna have to do the front and then come on and do the side and then cut off the overlap. And then what I'll probably end up doing is go back like a gingerbread house. You know, after I get it all on, I'll go back with some white foam clay that I roll out loosely in a worm. Hi, Maricela, how are you, sweet girl? Can you glue the bucket on a flat base the same size as the top? I probably could, but I don't want to get too overly complicated. I'm just gonna I'm gonna make sure I cover the front really good and wrap it a little bit around the side so the front looks good. We're gonna decorate the whole front like the gingerbread house. And then I'm gonna make a little piece on the sides, and then we'll cover the back. We'll cover the front and the back, and then we'll do little pieces on the sides. And wherever I have a seam, I'm gonna cover it with some white foam clay to make it look like royal icing, piped royal icing. And then I'm going to do drip along here with some pretty rainbow material that I have. And then I have some cookie cutters from See My 3D Prints that are like drip icing. And I'm gonna do more of that with the white foam clay at the top. So I think that'll, first off, that over here will cover this lip on the bucket. And then by doing the foam clay white royal icing on the seams, here and here and here and here. And then I thought I would put it thick down on the bottom to look like snow. I think it'll look very gingerbread housey. So hi Renee, welcome. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna start, and I mean, if it doesn't come out, it doesn't come out. No harm, no foul. I'll only be out of one foam sheet, or maybe I could rip it off and reuse it for something else. But that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. And I really think right on the corners is where my seam is gonna be. And I think I just want to just put a nice chunky worm to look like piped royal icing, and that'll cover the seam. In my mind, it works. In my mind, it works. So I feel like I just want to get this point right here kind of at the point where I want my seam for my royal icing to be. And then I'm gonna have to end up cutting the foam sheet because it's going at that angle. Yeah, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. All right, so and I should have turned on my big glue gun because I feel like this is gonna take a lot of mini glue. Oh well. And I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time because Ginger's foam sheets are a little bit thicker than the Hobby Lobby ones, but you don't wanna put too much glue at once because you don't want it to dry and then be bumpy and like show through to the front. So I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time. Really wish I would have turned my larger glue gun on, but I didn't. So, oh, and I need to shut my fan off, you guys, because the fan is going to dry my glue out before I want it to get dried out. And then you just want to hold it there for a few seconds, like 10 seconds. and hold it down to make sure it sticks and you don't have any bumps. Let me shut this fan off. I think it's gonna be okay, you guys, because on the sides where I have to piece things together is gonna be where we're gonna put our foam clay royal icing. So I think it's gonna be perfectly fine. I think it will be perfectly fine. All right, so I wanna cut this off. Double-sided tape in the center to keep it in place. Very smart. If I had some double-sided tape, I would definitely use that, but I don't, so I'm just gonna keep going. I love all of your ideas though, you guys. So smart, so smart. All right, I'm just going for it. I'm gonna cut it off. You see, I cut that side at the angle. This one is not, so I have to go back and trim it at an angle. This side, I cut a little bit at the angle. And I want to trim a little bit more of it up here because it wrapped around a little bit further. I want my royal icing more at the point, like right there. So I'm going to trim just a smidge of it off up there where it started going at the angle. That makes sense. Where it started going at the angle. We'll make it work. We'll just trim it, and then we'll put our foam clay where the seams are, and you will never know. Hi Raymond, how are you? I am the Debbie that Ginger's been talking about. Like my friend Debbie keeps waiting for me to finish my gingerbread tree stand bucket. That's me. That's me. I keep waiting because I'm wanted to make this for my newest little granddaughter. I make a tree every year when one of my grandchildren was born, and I have a new one this year, so I want to make a tree for her. And I thought this was a great idea because I got the cute little pink tree already and a whole bunch of Candyland things. And I thought this was a great idea to use the bucket as the tree stand, like Ginger was showing us. But I don't have a round bucket like she was showing, and it was just so easy for her to cover hers because it was round. I have one of the Model Magic rectangle ones that tapers off at the bottom, so I'm got all these angles, and that's what I'm working on right now, trying to trim the angles. And what I'm gonna do is where I have the 4 seams on the sides, I'm gonna go back in with white foam clay and make it look like white royal icing and cover the seams. I think it'll be fine. I don't think my little granddaughter will mind. I don't think she'll mind. I'm gonna trim off the bottom. And now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have covered the bucket like before I went live. And just explain to you what I did, because this is probably not fun for y'all to watch, but I didn't, so. Yeah, I think it'll be cute. I think it'll be cute. And Mimi will have a lot of fun making it. That's what counts, right? I'll have a lot of fun making it, and I do think it'll be cute. I just never know if my kids appreciate the stuff that I make. They just don't get the time and effort that goes into this stuff. Ginger, look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. Except, is Nikki on too? I missed her. Hi, Nikki. Except I had a rectangle Model Magic bucket with all kinds of crazy angles. You had a nice round bucket for yours that made it a lot easier to cover, right? And I just showed, my tree I got is a little bit smaller than yours. I got pink lights, and in the beginning of the video, I showed all the little ornaments I got so far. I was gonna make some Candyland ones, but I'll have to see because it's a tiny tree and I bought a lot so far, so I might have enough to decorate the whole thing already. I'll have to see. All right, I want to trim this up a little bit more to get more like just to the point, because we will go back in with white foam clay and make it look like royal icing on the seams. We will make it look intentional, right? We will make it look like that's how we intended this bucket to be. Make it work, right? Hi, Deb, how are you? Welcome, welcome. All of my friends, all of my crafty friends are on. Hi, Michelle, how are you? Ma'am, ma'am. I'm covering a Model Magic bucket with some of Ginger's beautiful, beautiful gingerbread foam sheets. And I'm just putting a little bit of hot glue at a time because I don't want it to dry and leave bumpy bumps. So I'm putting a little bit down and holding it. Right, yep, yep. Fake it until you make it. Ginger, right? Yeah. So I kind of had an idea in my head. You know, and the sides dip in. That doesn't bother me. I'm not gonna really decorate the sides. I'll go around the top with some drip and I'll add some royal icing, white foam clay, and we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll definitely make it work. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. What is my motto? That's what glitter's made for. There are no mistakes or accidents, just opportunities to add glitter. When I taught card classes for years, I started Paper Sweeties 14 years ago, and I probably taught card classes for the past decade or 12 years at the shows I would exhibit at. When someone would make a mistake, that's what I would tell them. It's not a mistake, it's a happy accident. It's just an opportunity for you to add some glitter. I mean, glitter fixes everything. Glitter fixes everything. Covers all mistakes, right? So, yeah, it's just gonna be, my bucket is just gonna be a little bit more challenging. I have to get a little bit more creative to cover it because it's not round. But I think in the end, it'll be equally as cute. The dip in the sides doesn't bother me. And where I have to seam it together at those 4 points, I will just put white foam clay and it'll be fine. It will be fine. Trim this a little bit better. I got wonky with my line. And then I'm gonna go all out crazy decorating this. Glitter does fix everything. Yes, ma'am. At least in my world, glitter fixes everything. All right, so this is the other half of the sheet. So out of one full sheet, I can cover the back and the front, and then I'll have to use just a portion of another sheet to do the sides. So if anyone wants to attempt this with a Model Magic, it'll take about 1.5 sheets of Ginger's foam clay, glitter sheets, foam glitter sheets, foam clay. What was I thinking? Foam clay. All right, I'm gonna go with the bigger section up top to where it narrows down. make sure that's on the bottom. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side and just put one bead of hot glue at the top just to get me started. And then stick that in there, kind of up under that lip, and hold it around the sides. What, ma'am? What, Michelle? What? Are you gonna make a scarecrow? Are you gonna make a Haley? Are you gonna make a Haley? She came out so cute. I posted a final picture of her this morning. Did you see? And I did end up adding the mouth. Or a gingerbread bucket. Michelle, which? Are you gonna make a Haley scarecrow or a gingerbread bucket or both? Or both. The suspense is killing me. Oh, the bat, that cute bat that Ginger showed this morning. He was so cute. I loved his eyes. You guys know I'm not a Halloween person, but sometimes things are just so stinking cute. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. All right. So I'm going to cut the overhang off on this side like we did on the other side. And it goes at an angle. And then I'm going to cut the bottom off. Or I'm going to wait until I finish gluing it. I'm going to wait until I finish gluing it. All right, and I want to add a little bit more hot glue right there on the end. And that's Bailey barking at the wind, probably. It's breezy today. And I hear her daddy saying, shh. Mommy's on a live. Shh. Now, I am going to cut a little bit of this off because I know I don't need all of that. And then after we glue it, I'll trim the little overhang because it'll be easier hung up on the body. Well, I'm sure Ginger can give you some pointers. Ginger, did you make the bat on a live, or is that one that you made in one of your paid groups? I forgot what you said this morning. The black little bat that you made. The cute one with the googly eyes. Oh, with the Bose bucket, you got an idea to make something? That's fun. I can't wait to see it. I love to do trash to treasure projects. I love. Okay, you guys, so my nutcracker right there, the pink-a-wing cake is covering him, but you could see his head and his hat and his cupcake sticking up. The cupcake I made from a silicone mold. The hat, I used a remnant, half of a piece of a styrofoam cone. The face, I used 2 pieces of the green cupcake looking styrofoam pieces from the Dollar Tree. And I put big side to big side. And then I just took my sanding tool and sanded the harsh edges and made it like rounder for his face. His body was an empty Parmesan cheese container. His 2 legs were thin paper towel cardboard contain, you know, the inserts inside the paper towel rolls. His arms I free-formed, and his little boots I made out of remnant little leftover pieces of styrofoam. So he's a trash to treasure guy. And he came out so stinking cute. I love him so much. So adorable. I love trash to treasure. I love to reuse things in ways, hi Carrie, welcome, in ways that you would never think of. I find a lot of inspiration on Pinterest. At night when I'm tired and maybe if there's nothing good on TV and none of my friends are sharing, I'll just hop on Pinterest. I could get lost in Pinterest for hours. Like on a rainy Saturday afternoon, I'll be known for 2 or 3 hours to scroll through Pinterest. I get so much inspiration and ideas from Pinterest. Need more glue stick. Okay. So this is coming along a little bit more of a challenge to cover than if you started with a round bucket. Did you see my picture of the pink flocked nutcracker they just brought? Stop it, Ginger. Stop. Stop. Is it like the Santa and Nutcracker? Is it that size? Hi, Angie. How are you today? Hi, sweetie. Ginger, is it that size or smaller or bigger? It's not the light up one that someone yesterday was talking about, is it? It's that size. Oh, I have to go to Walmart. Oh my gosh. I have to go to Walmart. Hold on, you guys. I have to go to Walmart. So, did you say, is it a nutcracker? Is it a nutcracker? Oh my God, I have to go to Walmart. I have to go to Walmart. Yep. $24.95. So do I grab one now, or do I take my chances, Raymond, and try to wait until they put them half price? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, everyone who's been doing them, the nutcrackers for Halloween, like Lydia, did you see the one she made? I told her if she had another one, oh, bubblegum pink. You're killing me, Ginger. You're killing me. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Several now. Yeah. I probably agree with you, Raymond. Yeah, if I wait, you know my luck. They'll be gone. Grab it now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, they were not even on my radar last year. Because I wasn't, I loved Candyland, but I didn't start fake baking until this year. So last year I might have seen them, but they weren't on my radar because I didn't know what to do with just a plain white or red or green nutcracker or Santa. But then when I saw Nikki, in Nikki's group, Shelby did the Candyland Santa, the two of them were so cute, Nikki and Shelby. They were finding me Santas like on the black market, like on Mercari, and it was ridiculous. It was like $50. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to pay $50. I want to make the Santa, but I don't want to pay $50. Yeah. Me too, Raymond. I checked Hobby Lobby the other day, and they don't have all theirs out. And I have a tree from my last house, a pencil 5-foot tree that has one set of the lights out, and they're mason jar lights. So I need to get another set of mason jar lights. And I swore I got them at Hobby Lobby, but they're not out yet. And I want to put a new set of lights on it, and I want to bring that tree to the local store where I can sign some of my handmade stuff and sell the tree, because the style doesn't go in our new house here, in our beach house. So yeah, I don't know why they're so slow putting Christmas stuff out. I don't know, I'll have to look. Maybe I got the mason lights from Walmart and I forgot. I could have sworn I got them from Hobby Lobby though. Oh, what kind of lights do you put on your fall tree, Raymond? Do you do orange lights or white lights? And do you do stationary lights or blinkers? Yeah, clear twinkle. Oh, I love it. I want to see a picture. That's going to be so pretty. Angie, yeah. Ginger just said that we all need to run to Walmart after my live and get the bubblegum pink nutcracker that they're just putting out. My luck, my store won't have it out yet. Clear Twinkle, favorite, right? I know. They're just so yummy. Just the tiny little clear twinkle ones. We had, in our last house, when we owned the bed and breakfast, it was, when we bought it, it was a 150-year-old historic home, and we renovated it and opened it up as a bed and breakfast. And I ran it as a bed and breakfast for almost, oh, see? Yeah, they're just putting them out. All right, well, then maybe I don't have to run today. I could go tomorrow. And chances are I'll be able to get my hands on one. But anyways, the house had 9 fireplaces because 150 years ago, that's how folks would heat their homes before, you know, central air and heat. So I would always, in the formal dining room, in the formal living room, and then all 4 of the guest rooms upstairs, and in the family, in our personal family room downstairs, I would always have so much fun decorating the mantles. And I would do green garlands and white, large, like the, not the big, large, old-fashioned Christmas bulbs, like the medium size, iridescent, twinkly, white lights. So they were iridescent, old-fashioned, medium-sized bulbs and twinkly. Oh, so pretty. So, so pretty. So pretty. I kept those garlands and those lights, even though I only have 1 fireplace here. I want to do that this year for Christmas. I didn't last year because you guys know we had just moved in December 1st, and my feet were completely up in the air unpacking boxes, so I couldn't really have fun decorating last year. But this year, you guys, look out. Look out. I'm going to have pink nutcrackers all over, all over the joint. This might be so cute, Ginger. I might have to make one of these for me too. Give this to baby Brooke, and then I might have to make one of these for me too. I'm trying to think if I have any small tabletop trees. God forbid I go buy another one. I would put up 12 trees at the bed and breakfast. 12 trees, all different sizes, from 8 foot on down to 3 feet. And then I had little ones on the mantles in all of the guest rooms. Little ones, not decorated, just those cute ones. I think Michael's had, that were in little galvanized pots wrapped with burlap, and then it was like a little, kind of like, almost like a bay leaf evergreen branches with little snow on them and a black and white buffalo plaid ribbon on the top. I would put those in all of the little guest rooms. All right, well, I'm not gonna be too overly concerned with if I see any hot glue on this area where I'm going to have to seam it, because remember, we're going to cover that with white foam clay to make it look like royal icing to hide the seam. So I'm not going to be too concerned with that. So what's on your plate this week, Raymond? What are you working on? Are you working on stuff that you can't talk about for your tutorials for your groups, or or are you working on some fun stuff for yourself or just to sell? Oh, that's so smart. That's so smart, Raymond. I love that. I love that. Just put the lights on each section, and then when you take your section apart, you don't have any lights like overlapping. That's so smart. Love it. Our big tree, our 8-foot tree that I put in the family room, I don't take apart. I take the ornaments off and I leave the lights on it. And then my husband and I it's comical. We pick it up. I take the top, he takes the base because that's the heavy end, and we carry it out. At the B&B, we had a separate shed that I was able to store all of my decor stuff in. Here we don't. So I just have it in a corner in the garage, and then I wrap it with sheets, and I tape the sheets together so it doesn't get dirty or dusty in the garage. And then this way I don't have to keep taking it apart and putting it together, because that's what over time cuts down on the life of your tree. Oh, cute. When do you, Raymond, when is your first inaugural tutorial for Sweet Success? And how often are you going to be going? Are you once a week, or are you once a month? Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, you guys. Maybe I should. I don't know. I was going to say I'm not going to push it down where that depression is, but maybe I have to. I feel like maybe I have to. Yeah, I feel like maybe I have to. Next Tuesday. Once to twice a month. Okay. Cute. Nice. I loved Tina's project yesterday. The Santa Claus sleeping under his blankie with his little hands and feet. So cute. I think that would be cute to make for my granddaughters. I think they would love something like that. I'm talking and I'm trying to formulate my plan, because I wasn't going to push this down where this dip is. And then I changed my mind, and I feel like I should, because I feel like if I don't, it's gonna make the foam clay flappy and loose. So I am gonna push it down, and I'm just gonna have to work it out. In the garage, see, Angie, you do the same thing I do. The big one. And like I said, we downsized, so I got rid of a lot of my trees. The whole time we had the B&B, I was on the board and a decorator at the Carolina Inn in Pinehurst, the golf course, the one where the U.S. Open is always held. Pinehurst number 2, they have a big hotel, Carolina Inn, and every Christmas they would host an event called the Festival of Trees, and they would get local businesses and decorators to decorate Christmas trees and wreaths and, you know, all of the Christmas stuff, and then donate them to the event. And they would have a week-long auction where people would come and bid on them. And the last day, the items would go to the highest bidder, and all the funds would benefit the Sandhills Children's Center, that was a center for children with unique disabilities. So the first year I did it just as a decorator, and I loved it so much. Then I joined the committee. I was on the committee. I helped in the gift shop. And then I also did a tree every year, donated a tree. 2 years ago is when we moved, and I knew I was going to be downsizing. So they supplied the trees. So I took all of my ornaments from our personal formal dining room tree, and all of the ornaments and lights and all of the stuff from our personal formal living room tree. That next week my husband and I will be married 38 years, so 36 years of collecting. And I decorated 2 trees. One looked just like my dining room tree, one looked just like my living room tree, and I donated them to the event and they auctioned them off. Yes, Ginger, sister, glitter, sparkly sister. Of course you do. Of course you do. I do 12, you do 14. I don't anymore because we downsized. Our B&B was like 3,800 square foot, and the house that we're living in now that we built, the minimum you could do in our neighborhood was 2,500, and our house we built I think is 2,517 square foot. So we were just snuck in. All right, I'm gonna trim this roughly, and then I'll go back and hot glue the edge to match up with our other edge as best as I can get it. And like I said, we won't worry too much about it because we're gonna cover that with white foam clay to look like royal icing, the edges. Yeah. So I felt like even though I downsized, I didn't just donate all of those precious, beautiful ornaments, glass ornaments, and all the beautiful things with the memories that I would get, you know, on our family vacations every year and what have you. I don't feel like I just donated them to Goodwill. I feel like they went to a very good cause. 4 foot to 6 foot. Yes. Yeah, see my 8 foot one, I can't do that. And a lot of my ornaments are glass, so I take those off. But all my other ones are like 4 foot slims, 5 foot slims, and I do keep them decorated, and I just carry them upstairs to a closet and put them away decorated. So I can just bring them back out the next year, and I don't have to spend all of that time redecorating. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, Miss Linda, we'll see you again next time. You could watch the rest on replay. I know I'm just covering with foam sheets right now, so this is not very super exciting. But as soon as I get this covered, then we can start the decorating, and that'll be more fun to watch. That will be more fun to watch. All right. Going in this little dip now. And I'm looking to check. I hope I didn't cut too much off the sides, but even if I did, not a big deal because we're gonna cover that whole seam with a nice chunky bit of white foam clay to make it look like royal icing. So I just wanna make sure I glue those side seams down so they stay down and they don't pop up. And then we'll go in with our white foam clay. Well, Ginger, when you said that you decorate your bathroom, hi, Miss Lucy, how are you? When you said that when you made your beach cake over the summer, and then when you made your bat at the Crafters Convention, and you said, oh, I'm gonna hang it on my bathroom door. When you said, I'm doing good, I hope you are. Ginger, when you said you were gonna decorate your bathroom, that clued me in, and I knew that if you do that for summer and for fall, I was pretty confident that I knew that you go all out for Christmas. I was pretty confident. I was pretty confident. I love me my Christmas. I love me my Christmas. Oh, perfect. Carissa, perfect. Yeah. Yeah. As soon as Ginger started formulating and sharing her idea, I knew I loved it. And I knew it would be perfect for baby Brooke's little tree. And I think I'm going to love it so much. I'm trying to think like what else I have in my house that I put out for Christmas that I could do something. I don't have a tree that small yet. Maybe I'll go and get a little one like that. Because my new one, yeah, I do too. I do too. And I'm excited to do my outside this year because you know I'm doing Candyland, so it'll be all new. Because at the B&B it used to be very old-fashioned farmhouse, red and white and black, buffalo plaid and antiques on the front porch and all of the things. And those just don't go so much with the style of our beach house now. And I don't know if you saw the front when I took everyone on the field trip outside when I was showing the wreath I made. Angie, I want to see yours. I remember you said that. I want to see yours when you get it all up. So I told you guys yesterday, and those of you that weren't on my live, I am signed up on December 13th, the Holidays Designers Circle group that I was a participant in a few weekends ago and did the Pink-A-Wing cake. Cindy, who owns and operates that group. Right? Yes, absolutely, Carissa. All right, you guys, that came out, I think, pretty gosh darn good looking by depressing in the center. Can you see it? It's depressed, and I took my time, and I just did like one strip of hot glue at a time, and I think it came out really good. I'm gonna take my smaller scissors and try to trim it close. But December 13th, which is a Friday, from 5 to 5:30, I signed up for 3 days. She's having designers come on and do holiday home tours. So I signed up to do a tour of mine Friday the 13th, from 5 to 5:30 Eastern. So if you guys are interested in seeing how my Candyland comes out, I'll be sharing it. And then also I will pop inside. You guys, that couldn't have come out any more perfect. Ginger. Oh, are you doing it too? When is yours, Ginger? Tell me so I can mark it on my calendar. You guys, that came out perfect. Or is perfect of a seam on a rectangle corner that goes down smaller at the bottom, and we'll just cover that with foam clay like royal icing. And I'm sorry guys, I'm so challenged. And it's gonna be perfect. So yeah, if you have one of these buckets, just take your time. And I did depress it in the center. I wasn't gonna, but I did. So you can see how beautifully that covered. And I just took my time and just did one row of hot glue at a time, and you saw. And I just kept going down and put a good amount on the bottom. And we're gonna put foam clay all around the bottom to look like snow. So, I have a little opening on this side. I'm gonna add a little bit more hot glue in there because I don't want the foam sheet to be poking up. I want it to lay flat, so when I do put the foam clay over. I remember, Raymond, yeah, you said that you guys were gonna be busy, otherwise you would have done it. Well, maybe you can just do your own on your live, like on your Thursday live, do your own and just show us some cute little snippets of all of your pretty stuff. I would love to see. I love to see how other people decorate. I love to see, and then I love to get ideas too. Although I don't need any more ideas. I think my husband would have a fit if I did another tree. You guys, that came out so good. That came out so good. In the little corners, I feel like the best I could do on a rounded corner that tapers off smaller towards the bottom. And we'll just cover it with foam clay. All right, I'm gonna come and do this side now. So I want to make sure this part that I cut off that I wrap it around good. So, I love that, Raymond. I love that. That's gonna be so beautiful. I definitely want to see it now. Make sure you, I'm sure you will, but make sure you let us know ahead of time when you're gonna, I know I can watch it on the replay, but I'd love to tour with you live so I can comment. That's gonna be so pretty. I love it. I love it so much. And Ginger, let me know when you are signed up, because I want to see your 14 trees. I'm trying to think how many I have now that I downsized. So I got the big one in the family room. I do patriotic. I got the white candyland on the front porch. I have my beach theme one that we had at our tiny house. It's like a 4.5 foot slim. And then my husband has one in his man cave room with all of his boy stuff on it. And then I have a little Charlie Brown one that's so cute I got from Lowe's a few years back. It's just in a galvanized bucket and it's really wispy and the top goes like that, like the Charlie Brown tree, and it has a bell hanging off it. And I have like Hallmark ornaments on that one. So I lost track. Patriotic, the Candyland, the beach, my husband's, the Charlie Brown one, that's 5. I think I have 5 that I know for sure that I'll be putting up. And then I have a little small ceramic one that my grandmother did in ceramics years and years and years and years ago. And she gave it to me when I got married 38 years ago. So that's like an antique. And that one I put kind of on the counter, in the corner counter of my kitchen. And it still lights up, and it has a music box on the bottom and it still plays. That one is precious to me. And I was so nervous when we were moving that, because all of our stuff went in storage for 17 months and then they had to bring it out to us. And I was so nervous that they were going to break it, like be rough with the boxes and break it, but they didn't. It came out perfect. All right, I'm gonna do the fourth side, you guys. I mean, it's coming out like I thought in my head, so. Yes. I made a little one because I did take ceramics for a while with my mom, and I did make a little one, but that's one of the ones that I ended up getting rid of when we went to move here. I just couldn't keep everything, and I wanted to keep my grandmother's. Hey, Deb. I wanted to keep the one my grandmother made over the one that I made, and hers is the bigger. Hers is like that big, and mine was just a little small one. Oh, wow. Michelle, did you make them all? Hi, Sarah. Welcome. Michelle, did you make all of yours, or have you collected them? Are some of them antiques that maybe you've collected? All right, I'm going to trim this side off just a little, and then we'll glue this rest of this side down, you guys. And then we'll go back and piece it together like we did the other side. And then our wonky rectangular tapering off to the bottom bucket will be covered. And it did take about 1.5 sheets. So if any of you have a Model Magic bucket that you're gonna cover and try doing this, it took about, you need 2 of Ginger sheets. Ginger sheets are bigger than the Home Depot Hobby Lobby ones. You painted 3 purchases. Nice. So I would assume that the ones that you purchased are more than likely handmade and possibly antiques that you've found in your travels. Just 10, right? Yeah. I only have 10. I mean, it's a testament to those of us that are just sparkly and fun and just love Christmas and decorating. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you love Christmas and you love to decorate and it makes your heart happy, why not? Why not? You know, some people put up 1 tree and that's what makes their heart happy. That's fine. Some people put up 2 or 3. I mean, whatever makes your heart happy. 40-ish houses. See, I have my village too, and I definitely don't have room for it here at all, because the main part of our house is very open concept. So the living area is open to the dining area, is open to the kitchen area. It's all one big open concept. I love it. But I don't have a lot of walls, so I don't have a lot of furniture to put up against walls. So, yeah, I do too, Angie. I do too. Rich. You'd be surprised though what you could find at like thrift stores and Goodwill. Oh my gosh, such great things. So I know for sure I don't have room to put my village up. And I have like 2 big totes of all my little village houses and all my little village people and the ice skating rink and all the light up lights and all of the everything that I collected for years and years and years when my boys were little. So, and I don't just want to get rid of them because they're very sentimental. And I know my one daughter-in-law had mentioned years back that she would love a village. But I mean, they have the 2 little babies. They just found out they're expecting again. She's a stay-at-home mommy, you know, 1 income, and they just don't have the expendable income right now to be investing in something like that. So I'm wondering if I don't give mine to the kids, like surprise them and give it to them. My son is like, no, we don't need it. I don't want that stuff in the house. Dust collectors. We don't need it. We don't need it. And I don't know if he's saying we don't need it because he just doesn't want her spending the money, or if he doesn't want a lot of clutter. I don't know. But she did say one time that she would love a village. And the girls, the babies are, Hazel is going on 3.5, and Evelyn will be 2 in October. So I think they're at a cute, I think they're, who, Michelle, Raymond or me? I think the girls are at a cute age where they would think something like that is just magical. So I feel like I want to surprise her. It'll mostly be for her. And give her my whole village. I think that's what I want to do. And they're the ones expecting, they just found out they're expecting again. So even more of a reason for them to not be spending money unnecessarily on, you know, stuff like that. They have to spend it on the kids, and you know, Evelyn's still in diapers, and you know, all of the things. But Mimi has this village, and Mimi doesn't have room for the village, so Mimi would love to pass the village down to one of my family members. And my other daughter-in-law her and I have in common. She crochets, and I love to crochet. You guys know I crochet those beach blankets and sell them in my local little store here. So her and I have that in common. Whenever I go to visit them, I'm going next week to stay over a couple of days. Her and I crochet together. We have that in common. So 2 Christmases ago, I crocheted her and my son the most adorable nativity, like whimsical little kid looking. And it was a lot of pieces. It was a lot of pieces. It was Mary and Joseph and the baby and an angel and 2 little shepherds and the 3 wise men and then a camel and an ox and a little lamb. And I think one other little animal. And then last year at Hobby Lobby, you guys probably saw them, they had the big wooden crush, like the barns. I got the barn form and I gave them to the barn for Christmas last year. And it was the perfect size. They couldn't fit, obviously, all of the characters in it, but they could fit like Joseph and Mary and the baby and the angel and maybe a little lamb inside. So adorable. And I knew, because it took me, for all of those critters, it took me weeks and weeks. Like each, and they were like maybe about that tall, but each character, they were very detailed, and each character would take me like 2 days to crochet it. And then stuff it, and then put them all together. But I knew that that daughter-in-law would appreciate it because she crochets. So she understood the time and effort that went into it. So I think my other daughter-in-law, she's not crafty really at all. But I think because she mentioned she would like a village, I think she would appreciate the village. So I could say, well, you know, I gave the village to one, and then the nativity to the other. So I don't want anyone to feel slighted or, you know, left out, or that's what I'm gonna do this year. That's what I'm gonna do. I think they'll love it. This was overhanging a little, so I want to cut it back because I don't want it bulky under where we're going to put our, yeah. Well, you guys know I love to make stuff, and I love to give handmade gifts to people. I feel like they're so from the heart, and I just like to make stuff, so... All right, I'm just trying to trim this corner off as close as I can get it, because I don't really want one of the piece of foam sheets overlapping the other, because I don't want the bulk. And I don't mind if they don't touch. Like I got aggressive with my trimming and they may not touch, and that's okay, because we are going to, yeah, they do touch. They just touch. We're going to go back in and add the foam clay for the... Oh. Does she craft? You know, I feel like us crafters are like that. We craft for the love of it. It just makes our hearts happy. And then it makes us so happy to give handmade gifts to people. And then when they love them, that is just even better. When they love them, that's just even better. All right, now I'm gonna trim this side as close as I can get. And then we'll go back in with hot glue, match our seams up, and this bucket will be covered, you guys. It was a little bit of a challenge, but we did it. All right, I just gotta cut this big piece off and then go back in and fine tune it a little bit. it's just a little awkward. So if you have a round bucket, I would say use your round bucket, if you have a round bucket. Oh, I'm sorry. I tend to be a very joyful, happy, and bubbly person. I don't like to be a Debbie Downer. I like glitter and sparkle and giggling and having a good time. And being in my craft room just makes me so happy. All right, I'm trimming it a little closer like I did the others. I'm trying not to trim off too much, but again, if you do, no worries, because if you're doing it the way I'm doing it, you're gonna use some white foam clay too to cover the seam. Okay? All right, so I'm gonna go back in with just a tiny bit of hot glue in there and lay that down. This one seamed up pretty good. I don't have to put too much. Just push the seams together. Well, you guys, for how challenged I was acting in the beginning, I mean, and it's like anything. You have an idea in your head and you get started and you may have to readjust. You may have to readjust as you're going. But it came out, I feel like it came out really good. Really, really good. And you see how I took my time and just did one little bead of glue at a time and pushed that center down. We'll put our royal icing here on the seams. So even though they matched up pretty good, we're gonna cover them. And I feel like that'll give this more of a gingerbread house look. And then wherever you have, where it might not be holding, just go back in with some more hot glue and just give it a little, hi Cindy, welcome. We are covering a plastic bucket that I had in my stash. We're gonna use it as a mini tree bucket for a tiny little pink tree that I purchased and that I'm going to decorate for my little granddaughter for Christmas. So hopefully my daughter-in-law won't be on here watching because I kind of really want to surprise her, even though it's for the baby. You know, the baby will be like 7 months old this Christmas, so she'll be more interested in the boxes that the things come in than probably the actual things. But Mimi makes little trees for all of her grands, their very first Christmases. So this is gonna be for baby Brooke. And it formed around our concave sides. Our seams we're gonna cover with foam clay royal icing. And on the bottom, I will be adding probably some sort of foam clay something, drippy something to make it look like snow. So I'm just trimming this down just a little bit on the bottom so it kind of will allow my bucket to sit flat on the table. I don't want it rocking. It's hard to trim because it's a rectangle shape and it's not round. It's a little bit awkward, but she will like all the lights. I agree. She will be amazed with the lights and all of the pretty bright colors. Yeah. And my other two Hazel will be 3.5, and Evelyn will be just turned 2 for Christmas this year. They are gonna be all about it. Oh my gosh. They are gonna be all about it. Especially the 3-year-old. She is definitely gonna know what presents are, and that those presents under the tree are for her. And she is gonna be so excited to get in there and rip them open. Christmases, I think, are so much more fun when you have littles in the house. For a lot of years, we didn't, because my kids were, you know, obviously grown and in high school and in college. Then when they started dating their girlfriends, now wives, it was so fun for me because I never had daughters. So it was so fun for me to go and buy girly stuff and buy lip glosses and mittens and slippers, and you know, I would do stockings for them from Santa Claus. And it was just fun. It was just fun for me to shop for the girly things. Okay, I think that's trimmed good. And like I said, we'll add something on the bottom to kind of look like snow. So you won't see, if I have any raggedy edges, you won't see. Okay. I'm very happy with how it came out. I'm very, very happy, you guys. So if you have a Model Magic bucket, you can cover it. You can cover it. It's just gonna take you some time. It's a little bit more challenging than a round bucket that you could just wrap it around, but I think it came out really good. It came out perfect. And then out of my leftover, I have one good size piece and a few pieces like this. And of course, I'm gonna save it all and use it in the future on other projects. I'm not gonna throw any of that away. And the pieces that I trimmed off, I was very careful not to waste, or try not to waste, a lot of the foam sheets. So this is all that I wasted. This is all the waste that I have from trimming the corners and the edges and the bottom. So that's not a lot of waste. You guys know I pinch pennies. I pinch pennies really bad, and I try to save wherever I can. All right, so now you guys, while I have you, I was going to show you my idea that I was talking about in the beginning. I don't have a silicone mold for the door like Ginger had. I don't know if she's still on here or not. And I didn't know how many of these that I would make. So I went into my paper crafting stash. You guys know I design acrylic stamps and coordinating dies. That's what Paper Sweeties started with. So I have an entire line of acrylic stamps and coordinating dies. This is not Paper Sweeties, it is Spellbinders, but I bought it on clearance at Hobby Lobby because I loved the little door. And it has all the pieces. It's the door and the cutouts for the door and the over thing and the threshold and the welcome and all of the things. So I already tried using this as an impression plate, like a lot of people have those 2-part cookie cutters where they'll cut the shape out like a mitten, and then they'll take the second piece that's the impression with the little handle and put it on top of that, and it'll emboss it. Basically, this is what this does. So I already tried it with a little piece of clay, and it worked. What color do I want the front door? I think I want the front door like a medium pink color because I want to put a green wreath on it. I want to put a green wreath on it. So I'm going to make the door pink. Sorry, I'm trying to do that bag over there so it's not right in near the camera because I know it's so loud for you guys. So let's make the door this medium pink. And then I'm somehow gonna make a green wreath. I'll have to go through more of my die stash and see if I have a die. I know I have a wreath cookie cutter, but I don't know if it would be too big for this little door. And this little door is gonna be the good size for our gingerbread house, I feel, to put the door like that. And then I could do the half circle thing over the top. Yeah, so let's condition this a little. And because I just want to show you how it comes out. Like I said, I practiced with it before I came on live, and it worked. It worked. You just have to take your time. It's like an embossing mat, like the waffle embossing mat I used the other day for the center of the flower on the scarecrow. It's just not thick in silicone. It's thinner and made of metal because it's made for paper crafting. But I'm bringing it into the fake bake world. And I'm gonna use one of my metal dies on my fake bake, which gives me an idea because my company was started in 2010. I started illustrating the little dolls with little separate interchangeable outfits. So I drew Abigail and Emma and Sophie and Madison and Mr. Jake. So I have 5 little paper dolls. They all have different hair and different little underclothes on their main body, but all of their bodies are exactly the same. Well, Jake is a little different than the girls, but all the girls are the exact same body because then I drew all the little outfits, and I probably have 50 little outfits and accessory sets drawn over the years since 2010. And they all are interchangeable. All the little outfits fit all the little paper dolls. And it's basically like playing with paper dolls like we did when we were little. So you just can stamp your paper doll, and then I do have dies for them, and it cuts them out. I'll have to do a live and show you guys sometime because they're really fun. And then you stamp your little outfit either on pattern paper or on cardstock, and then if it's cardstock, you can color them in. And then you cut the little outfit out and you just paper piece it on top of the little doll. They're so cute. So cute. You could use them to make cards. You could use them to decorate scrapbook pages. I probably soon will be making a set for my oldest little granddaughter because you can laminate them and then put either the little Velcro dots on the back of the outfits, or you can use little magnets and you can make a little play set. Yeah, that was one of my favorite things when I was a little girl, to play with paper dolls. I loved my paper dolls. That was the foam clay, you guys. It must have had a bubble. Yep, yep. But the sheets, cut them out. Then some of them were perforated that you could just pop them out. I remember whenever I was sick, that was always my treat. When I was sick and home from school and in bed, if my mom would have to fill a prescription, she would bring me home a new little booklet of paper dolls. And I would sit in bed trying to get better and play with my little paper dolls. Yeah, so when I came up with the idea, no one in the paper crafting industry had little paper dolls with separate interchangeable outfits. It was like new to the industry. I think some people have jumped on my bandwagon since then and maybe created some, but most often when you do see the stamps out there, there's lots of cute little dolls, but they're already dressed in an outfit. So every single time you would have to buy the stamp that's the doll and the outfit together. Mine were, you only had to buy the doll stamp once in the die, if you have a die cutting machine, once. And then you only buy the little outfits, obviously once. And you can dress them on your little dolls. And then if you wanted, you know, multiples, you could buy Abigail and Emma and Sophie and Madison, and, you know, and they could all play together. Really fun, really fun. Very unique. So when I would go and exhibit at the shows, people would love my booth because it was something different. People like different. And then just find whatever is your good side of the clay. Hi, Susan, welcome. And I just kind of dropped it on there and I depressed it in, and I kind of pushed on all the areas that were, carefully, that were the metal of the die. And I really wanted to push it in there really good. You see how those windows are popping up? And hopefully it'll come out. Like I said, I practiced and it came out perfectly fine. But, you know, sometimes when you get on camera to show, the clay will have a mind of its own and do something different. So then I just went along where my, my cuts were and cut the foam clay away. Has anyone ever tried this? Using paper crafting dies to work with your foam clay? I haven't seen anyone out there doing it. I feel like I might be starting something new. Then that'll open up a whole new bit of supplies for me, you guys. I can go into my paper crafting stash and pull out all kinds of new toys to play with. And then I just pulled it off and carefully picked it up. And you want to smooth out your edges a little bit. I don't want them rounded. I want to keep them square like a door. But oh my gosh, you guys. It's a perfect little door. Perfect little door. And we'll decorate it. I could see me making like a little garland to put on the top and hanging down the sides. We will definitely decorate it. I can see one of the little gumball candies from Paper Sweeties as the doorknob. This set has a doorknob, but I might just do one of the little gumball, the new ones I just added to the shop. One of these little gumball candies. How cute would that be, you guys? As the doorknob. So who has paper crafting supplies? Who has dies? Look, you guys, what you can do. That's gonna be such a cute little door on our, I just don't want to touch it too much because I don't want to put fingerprints on any of the embossed areas. But how cute. Little door, little pink door with the pink tree in. So cute. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. And then debating, because there's this piece that goes over the door that I could, how much room do we have to work with? Let's see. Let's see. Let me get my silicone sheet rolling mat out of the way so I don't get anything on it. So if we put the door like that, maybe I'll put it up a little because it does have a little threshold. Or I could do like that one, you guys. I could make a little, that's what I'll do. I'll make a little graham cracker cookie for the threshold, like I did on this one, you guys. The little graham cracker cookie. That's cute. I'll do that for this one. Put this guy back. I think that'll be sweet. And then I'm debating whether I put this up top because I'm trying to form my idea because I was going to do drips coming down, like Ginger did drips. She did like something like this kind of drip coming down. Can you guys see that? So I could do that, or I could do something not quite as much, although I love the look of that. I have this one that's just not quite as much, but I feel like I love that shape. And then maybe I'll keep this one for, she did trees on either side, and I thought I would do a tree maybe on one side of mine, and maybe I can use this. She did a snowflake and then she cut it. Maybe I could use this for the branches for the tree. This one, Angie, or this one? Because here's what I'm going to do for that. For the drip, I'm gonna cut it out of this beautiful sparkle rainbow. It's like, I don't know, encrusted glitter ribbon it's called. It's called ribbon, but it's like canvas. So I'm going to cut the drip out of this, and then I was gonna go all around the top with more of the white foam clay to make it look like snow. So all around this top and then down the sides is gonna be the white foam clay to look like snow or royal icing. What other shit? Oh, I have this one that's a little bit bigger. That one's probably too small. This one would probably be the better. What do we think of that one? Isn't that pretty? It's from Michael's. And I saw Ginger, she used it on her chandelier cake that she recently made in Nikki's private group. And I loved it. So I had to grab up some, and I had some points to use from Michael's because I recently stocked up on the Floorcraft glitter. I bought 8 containers. So I had like $15 in rewards and then another $5 of just something for my birthday or something. So I had $20 of free stuff. So I got $20 of that ribbon from Michael's for free. For free. So what do we think? Do we like this because it looks more like snow? Ginger on hers used this one, and she cut hers out of white glitter foam sheets. I was gonna do a 2-prong approach. I was gonna cut whatever shape, and this one would be way easier to cut out. Hi, Sam. Sam, how are you? This one would be way easier to trace and cut out of this canvas ribbon than that one. I like that shape better just because I like that shape, but it's going to be a lot to trace and cut out. But that's the one Ginger did, and she cut hers out of foam sheets. I'm going to use this for the shape, and then I'm going to go back on the top and just free form with my fingers some white foam clay to make it look like snow, because I wanted this to kind of look like a rainbow decoration hanging off the house, like almost garlands hanging off the house. Yeah. I think this one will be way easier to trace and cut out, but I'm not opposed to tracing and cutting out this one just because I love it so much. And then there's this bigger size, but I think that's way too big. I feel like that's way too big because now you're getting right into the, or is it not way too big? I've been good up until now, you guys, and now I'm confused. What do you think of that one? Snowdrip. Angie likes this one. And then if I did that shape, hey Lydia, how are you? Driving home. That's always a good time of the day. Driving home. It's better driving home than driving to work, right? I almost think I like the bigger one. Just because this is just so pretty, I think that'll be very... And then Ginger took a styrofoam and cut it down and then cut it in half. So I did the same thing. I was going to put a tree on one side of the door, and then on the other side of the door, I was going to do a gingerbread. And then make some candies and stuff and put the candies on the tree. So I guess my question is this too big? If we do the drip, is that one too big? Do we like that one or do we like that one? Does that one look too small? This one might be easier to trace and cut out because the areas are bigger. So I feel like either that big one or this big one. But I feel like this is just maybe not enough. That's too much. And I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. The bigger drip. That's what I was thinking. I don't have to do this on top of the door. I can do what I think I will do instead of doing that is I think I will, my favorite thing in the world, I will roll some small worms, like 2 colors, and twist them together and make a garland. And have it going either all the way up one side, across and down the other side, or just have it going across the top and maybe just down to where the windows stop. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking, Carissa, just because this is so gorgeous, and I feel if I do tiny with this, you're not going to see all the pretty colors. A lot of it is going to get cut off. That's kind of the way I was going. And I probably won't do this all the way around. I'll probably do it on the front and the sides and probably not in the back just to save the ribbon. So let me cut a piece out, right? Come here, do it for me. Do it for me, please, ma'am. But how cute is that door? I mean, the door is just so cute. Now I'm thinking I'm not going to do the wreath because I don't know how it would look on the windows because the windows are popped out. So maybe we'll just do the graham cracker cookie s'more front step, and we'll do the garland around. We'll do a tree and we'll decorate it with candy, and then we'll do a little gingerbread guy over here. Yeah, me too. Me too. I hate rolling worms because I've been fake baking for, gosh, since the beginning of this year. So I'm not a newbie. I mean, I haven't been doing it for years, but I'm not a newbie. And I always get the texture, no matter what I do. How fast I go, how slow I go, if I add water, if I use this kind of clay, different kind of clay. I know, sweetie. I know. All right, I'm going to set the door aside somewhere so I don't knock into it. And let's work on this drip. Let's cut a piece of the drip and let's see. Let's just see. What time is that? Oh my gosh. All right. All right. So let's open this up and cut a piece, trace it and cut it, and let's see what we think. This is just so pretty. I love when my crafty friends find like good stuff. I'm not good, I don't think, at finding good stuff, but I'm good at shopping the good stuff after my friends have found all the good stuff. Look at that, you guys. I could like wrap this around me and wear it. I just love it so much. Carissa, we have to incorporate this somehow into our headbands. I feel. I wonder if I could wrap it like around the headband. It's really thick though. It's very canvas. It feels like canvas. Isn't it gorgeous? It's from Michaels. It's from Michaels. All right, so I'm just going to lay one of these cookie cutters on top of this and just trace it. Oi, and the pencil won't even fit in. I need to sharpen my pencil more. The pencil won't even fit in. And this is the largest one. Can you imagine if I was using the little one? The pencil won't even fit all the way into. But if I trace it on the inside instead of the outside? Let me try that. Let me trace it on the inside. It'll make it a little bit smaller, but that's okay. That way I can get into, I think, nope. I can't get into, I could get into all the little pieces close enough though, I think. Oh my goodness. You just never know when you're live. And I could cut it outside this pencil line. I don't have to cut it right on the line if I want it just a little bit, you know, fatter. But by tracing it on the inside, I'm able to really get all the little, on the outside, I couldn't get my pencil up in there. Maybe if I had a real sharp point, but I don't. So here goes nothing, you guys. I'm just gonna cut it out rough. Like going back to my paper crafting scrapbooking days. cut it out rough first, trying to conserve as much of this prettiness as I can. Oh, it's just so gorgeous. I just love it so much. Bows for headbands, see? And then I want to cut it on the outside of, get my fine point scissors that I would use for scrapbooking. I want to cut it on the outside of the inside line. And then we'll see what it looks like, and then I'll let you guys go because I've kept you all afternoon. But I will continue to work on the elements for this. And then we will regroup again tomorrow and hopefully start assembling and decorating. I think that's going to be so fun. I think it will be so fun. I have to figure out what I could do with these little pieces too. I don't want to waste any of it. It's just so pretty. I don't want to waste any of it. So pretty. It's a little bit hard to cut. It's very thick. The glitter material is on a very thick canvas backing. And like I said, Ginger cut hers out of white foam sheets. I mean, you could use any color, and it would be way easier to cut out than this. So if you guys didn't have this or didn't want to get this ribbon, just use your foam sheets, and it would be very easy to do. I'm making it harder on myself by using this stiffer, coarse material. But I think the finished product is going to be so pretty. And I'm still trying to think what I could use one of these for in my house. I don't have a small enough tree. Maybe I need to get one. Yes, Joan, right? Yeah. I'll hold the label up so you can see what it is. It's their Celebrate It. They're like, I think that's one of their subsidiary brands because they have a lot of that Celebrate It throughout the whole store. Glitter and cake decorating supplies and ribbon. I know Recollections is their store brand for a lot of their paper crafting and scrapbooking and paper and ribbon and stuff. But the Celebrate It is another one of their store brands, if I'm not mistaken, right? I'm not gonna throw this out. I'm gonna save this because somewhere on down the line, I can cut something and use it. It's just too pretty to throw out. I'm not gonna throw it out. I'm gonna save it. All right, so there's our drip. And I traced it on the inside of this biggest cookie cutter from See My 3D Prints. So pretty. And my thinking was to add it to the top to look like drip coming down off the roof of the house. And then you still have that plastic lip from the bucket. Like I could even hot glue it like down a little bit like that. And then I'll just take chunks of the white foam clay and I'm not gonna roll it out or cut it with anything. I'm just gonna freeform it to make it look like puffy snow up top here and to cover just this plastic. And then I will do rolled worms to do the seam on the corners to look like royal icing Isn't that so pretty? Doesn't that just make you smile, you guys? Oh, Hobby Lobby had some ribbon on clearance. Nice, so nice. Isn't that pretty? And then we'll add the snow up here to make it look like it's snow on the top of the roof, and the piping on the corners. And then we'll decorate the front with the door and the tree and the gingy and the little s'mores graham cracker cookie step. And we'll make some candies for the tree and a little gumball for the doorknob and some garland to go around the door. I think it's gonna be adorable. Okay guys, do you want me to trace and cut another one, or do you guys want me to let you go? What's everyone in the mood for? And I just want to keep going. I was going to see if I could fit down here. First off, it won't fit. You see how that one hangs off? But I want my colors to match. I want the pink to keep going and the yellow and the green and the aqua. So I'm going to have to trace another piece at the top where we just traced. So again, I'm just gonna line it up at the top, and I'm gonna trace mine on the inside of this cookie cutter, so my pencil will fit in all of the little drips. And there's just that one area right there where it doesn't wanna fit, but it's close enough that I can eyeball it when I was cutting it out. It's just a little too thin for my pencil to fit. If I had a better point on my stupid pencil, it might be easier. But I love how that came out. That's gonna be so pretty. So Candyland. So cute. So adorable. Now I really got to think of what I have in my house that I could use something like this for. Doesn't have to necessarily be a tree stand. What else could I use it for, you guys? I want to make myself one. What else could I use it for? I'm trying to think. What else could I use it for in my house? It would look so cute outside with my Candyland stuff, but I feel like it's a little too fussy to put outside, even on my porch. I wouldn't want anything to happen to it. I feel like this is gonna ruin these good scissors. These are my good, you know how you have good ribbon-only scissors and then really good, sharp paper cutting scissors? Because of the glitter on here, I feel like it's gonna ruin my scissors. As a centerpiece, that's a good idea. I guess I'll just have to, because like I said, I didn't decorate with all of my stuff last year because we were just moving in. So it's been several years since I've actually seen all of what I have. So maybe I just need to, you know, start getting some of my stuff out to refresh my mind of what I have. And maybe I'll have something and I'll be like, oh, I can make that little Candyland bucket and use it on this. Christmas greenery would be so pretty, or some like pink, something pink. I'm thinking now, you guys, I'm thinking like all those pics that I just got, how pretty would it be to just put styrofoam in here and make a display and have the macarons and the donuts and one of the little cake slices. and the candies, all of that stuff that I used on my wreath, make a display, like a tabletop display, and this is the base. Oh, yes, yes, Carissa, yes, yes. That's what I could do. And then technically I won't be doing another tree. I don't know, these scissors are too chunky, and I want to make sure I do a good job cutting. That's what I'll do. And you guys saw Monday I went back and bought a bazillion more picks and stuff. But I can make another one of my twirlies, the little pink and white twirlies that I made. Make some of those and stick in, and some of the macarons and donuts. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. That sounds like a plan. And then where the seams are, where I'm going to connect these, where the seams are, I'll probably only have one seam on the front because I'll run this all the way to the edge. So that seam will be kind of camouflaged under the royal icing. Then I'll have one more seam right here. I'll just make sure when I'm putting the white foam clay up here that I'll push it down here and there with my fingers to make look like the snow is dripping. And then we'll cover that seam with a snow drip. We do, don't we? Carissa is my sister from a different mister. Yes. We talk every day, and we can't wait to meet in real life at Fake Bakers next year. I hate that we have to wait so long. Maybe God will put us in the path of each other sooner. You never know. You never know. I might need to come to Oklahoma for something. Just never know. But that's another reason I love my crafting, because I've met so many beautiful, lovely people online. And again, it just brings me such joy to get together with other like-minded people and craft and share ideas and brainstorm. And sometimes if I have a little mojo block, a little mental block, like I was having when I started the Scarecrow, all of my crafty friends that were on watching, they're like, oh, try this, and how about this, and maybe add that. And I'm like, oh, I would have never thought of that. So that helps. That helps me. And I mean, I'm not a coach. I'm not a teacher in any groups. I just do this for free for you guys, just because I love what I do. You know, and I'm always sharing stuff from my shop to show, you know, everyone, like, oh, I have this in Paper Sweeties and this and whatever. But I'm not a coach or a teacher per se. I mean, I'm not in any of the groups. So I'm truly just doing it just for the love of it. Just because I love to craft and I love to share. I told you I taught for years with Paper Sweeties. I taught classes for years, paper crafting. So it's the same thing. Going on to do a live to share a fake bake or something is the same as when I would teach my card classes at shows. They would have what they would call, we would travel, my friend Joyce that would go to the shows with me. We would travel on Friday, get to the venue, unpack my whole truck, and set up the booth, the Paper Sweeties booth. And then Friday night, they would have what they call a Friday night make and take party. And they would cut it off at 100. They would allow 100 ladies to sign up to do the Friday night make and take. And then once they hit their 100, they would close it and not let any more. So then we would have to, you know, go check in the hotel and go grab dinner quick and then get back to the venue because the Friday night make and takes would start at 6:30 at night. So I would have to be, I had everything prepped ahead of time, 100 class packets of whatever the project was I was going to teach. And you had to design something that could be taught start to finish in 15 minutes. Because they would set up tables and I would have 2 tables of girls at a time, girls and guys, attendees at a time. So I would have anywhere from 12 to maybe 14 people at a time at my table learning my project. So as soon as they say, okay, everyone sit down and go, then you have 15 minutes. I would have to teach the entire project. And usually it was, sometimes we would make a little 3D, like one time we made these cute little 3D baskets and we put like hot cocoa packets in them with marshmallows and a peppermint stick and decorated them with all of my Paper Sweeties cute stamps and dies. But most often it would be a card. And it would be something, like I said, you would have to complete within 15 minutes because when the 15 minutes was done, they would get on the microphone and say, okay, rotate. And then those 12 or 14 women would move to the next table and I would get a new group of 12 or 14 people. Then I would have to show them how to make the project. And we would just keep doing that until all 100 people, or however many signed up, made all of the projects. And then the ladies, I think it was $30, and at the end of the night, they would go home with 8 or 10 projects, depending on how many teachers were teaching. So that was always fun. But it was always an additional aspect of me trying to prep and get ready for the show and, you know, package product coming in. Because I remember one year I did like 24 shows. I was on the road like 3 weekends out of every month, going all over doing shows. And I would have to get home from a show and reorder stamps and dies right away that I sold out of or was getting low on, and pray that they would come in time. So I would be able to package them. A lot of times I would have to take this stuff with me. And when we would get to the hotel Friday night, I would be, we would be packaging product. We would be packaging product in the hotel room. So like I said, I am going to have a seam, but I will cover that up with the drip, the foam clay from the top. That's gonna look like the snow dripping off the roof. That seam right there where the two are pieced together. I mean, I'm pushing them together, and because the glitter on that is so thick, you can hardly even see the seam, you guys. You could see it a little, but it's not bad. The more you push it together and like hot glue it there, you can't even really see it. So then I'll go, I'll cut one more piece, and then I'll cut that piece in half, and I'll put half of it here and the other half of it here. And I'm not gonna do the back because the ribbon's so pretty. I'm not even gonna waste it because most likely this is gonna be up against a wall and you wouldn't see the back. So I'm not even gonna waste it. But I think that's gonna be so pretty, you guys. It's just gonna be perfect. And then with all of our cute little embellishments that we're gonna add. So I love it. I'm super excited. Who's gonna make one? And you know what, you guys? If you're not into Candyland, you don't have to do a Candyland theme one. You could do traditional red and green and decorate it completely different. You don't have to do a gingerbread. You don't have to do the drip. You could do something. You could do roll worms and do, you know, a swirl and do that all the way around the top. You know, I'm just doing this because this is the style that I like and I wanted to do, but you can change it up, decorate it different. Heck, you could do this idea for all different seasons. You could cover a bucket like this and do a fall display or do a little tabletop fall tree. You could do, after Christmas, decorate a bucket up. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm loving this idea. Maybe I'll go and get a little white tree for me and put it in here and just decorate the little white tree. Hi, Dewey. Decorate the little white tree for all the different seasons. Do a snowman one, and then do a Valentine's one, and then do an Easter one, and then do a spring one, and then do a summer one, 4th of July one. You could do a Halloween one, and a fall one, and then a Christmas one. So with that said, I'm definitely gonna, I definitely want to make a Candyland one to put maybe a white tree in for me. I'm definitely going to do Candyland for my granddaughter too, but I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Would I decorate, you know, another bucket more generic, or I'm feeling like you would have to have a bucket for each of your different seasons. Because like if you did snowman, you would want it to coordinate the colors and the stuff, snowman, snow stuff. And then if you did Valentine's, you could do St. Patrick's. I'm not into green, so I don't do St. Patrick's, but Easter would be so cute. So cute. Dewey, I've seen Dewey a couple of times this week. She's hopped onto my lives almost every day. Dewey and I have chatted. We talked about all of our grandchildren together. We have so much in common. I love this idea, you guys. Okay, we're going to do that, okay? Let's do that. Let's do that. So obviously, I'm working on Christmas right now. So let's hit the ground running. Anyone that wants to do this with me, start making you a little list. So get your notebook and start writing you some ideas, like what seasons you would like to make. You know, and you don't have to get crazy and make so many of them. Maybe you just want to do a winter one, a spring one, a summer one, and a fall one. You know, you could do simple just like that. Isn't that a cute idea? So we're gonna do it. So who wants to do it with me? So I'm gonna finish this one, Candyland. I'll probably make another Candyland for me. This one's for baby Brooke and her tree, but I'll make another Candyland for me. When I go back to Hobby Lobby, I'll get a little tree like that in white. Okay? It's the perfect little size. And it's not like it's anything like so big that it's going to take up a lot of room or it's going to be super expensive, okay? The glitter sheets, Donna, are from our friend Ginger. She was on earlier. I don't think she's on anymore. Ginger from Glitzy Creations by Ginger. You can get them from Hobby Lobby, but Ginger sells, and hers are bigger foam sheets, and she has not a million, I was going to say a million different colors, but lots of different colors. Let me show you what I just got. Because I wanted to make this gingerbread one, so I just placed an order with her. So I got this pretty Caribbean blue color from her because my Hobby Lobby didn't really have a blue like this. They have a darker blue. Then I got, you guys know I love me some lime green. I got this pretty lime green. I got this pretty teal color that I thought was so gorgeous. I got this rose gold color. And then of course I got the gingerbread. I got 6 sheets of gingerbread and we used 1.5 on the bucket. I got this pretty cotton candy pink. And then this is a brand new pink she just got in. She calls it bubblegum. It's like a darker pink color. And I don't know really I don't have any set plan for all of them. I just figured while I was ordering, let me stock up on some of the colors that I know my Hobby Lobby doesn't have. And I knew I wanted to do, the pink is so pretty. I knew I wanted to do this for my granddaughter, this Candyland bucket. It's a Mono Magic plastic bucket. And then I got this little Christmas tree. But I want to make one for myself so bad because it's coming out so stinking cute. Here's Ginger's. Glitzy Creations by Ginger. And just message her on Facebook. And let her know, she has pinned to the top of her page all her colors, pictures of all her colors. Tell her I sent you so she knows where you're coming from. And then you could just message her with what colors you want and how many sheets. She's awesome. She's my other glitter sister. Carissa and Ginger are my two candy pink glittery sisters that I never knew I had. So anyways, okay, so who's going to do this with me? I know Carissa probably will. Dewey sounds like she's gonna. Alma, are you going to do this with me? So I'm going to, after we get through Christmas, because I'll make one with you for Christmas, Candyland for me. And then right after that, I'm going to want to start on a winter one with snowmen. And we'll just call it a, hi, Miss Joyce. How are you? We were just talking about you. Were your ears ringing? The girls were asking me about the shows because I actually, you're not going to believe it, I actually just pulled out one of the Spellbinders dies that I got with you on one of our Saturday evening clearance shopping trips at Hobby Lobby. I just used, for the first time, one of the Spellbinders dies on foam clay to make a door because I'm making a little gingerbread house bucket to use as a tree stand for baby Brooke's Christmas tree that Mimi's going to make her this year. Okay, good, Lucy. All right, then you can make yours along with me because mine's going to be a gingerbread house. So what are we going to call it? We're going to call it, let's think of a cute name to call the online event. I mean, I'm just going to do it for you guys just because I want to make them and I'll come on live and show you and we'll make them together. But let's think of a cute name. Like Connie yesterday named my scarecrow Haley. Y'all think of a cute name that we could call it. Tree stands for all seasons. Tree bucket, year-round tree bucket. I don't know. You guys think of a cute name. Hi, Taryn. Welcome. You guys think of a cute name and just tell me what you want to call it. And we'll call it. And then this way, when you see it pop up on one of my lives, I'll let you know ahead of time that we're going to be working on them. And it'll help you if you miss it and you want to go back to watch the replays. If we call them all like the same name. Right, Joyce, right? Yeah, so I got this little tree for baby Brooke, half price at Hobby Lobby. And this is a plastic bucket that some Mono Magic clay came in. And I have a couple of these because when it goes on sale, I stock up on it because that's what I use to make the little popcorn kernels. And one of my friends that I watch, Ginger, from Glitzy Creations by Ginger, sells the foam clay sheets, the glittered foam sheets. So this is her gingerbread color. And she's showing mini seasonal tree. I like that. Mini seasonal tree. Are we going to call this bucket or stand? Let's call it a tree stand. Mini seasonal tree stand. I don't want to call it tutorial. Mini seasonal tree stand. I don't want to call it class either because I'm not going to charge. It's just going to be free. Mini seasonal tree series. Mini seasonal tree stand series. That's what we'll call it, you guys. So we'll do that hashtag. Mini, I got to write that down. Mini seasonal tree stand series. And we'll use that hashtag, so that will help you guys to be able to find it quick if you're looking for them, okay? Mini seasonal tree stand series with Debbie. Mini seasonal tree stand. Oh, this is what the ribbon was, you guys, for anyone that, from Michael's. This glittered canvas ribbon. And I'm not sure where it is in Michael's because I ordered mine online. It is a cute name, right? Mini seasonal tree stand series. It makes sense because they're mini seasonal tree stands. So we'll start right now making the Christmas one. And like I said, I'm going to show you how I'm going to make mine. You definitely don't have to make a candyland if you don't want a candyland. You could do traditional colors. You can do colors to match your decor. You could take ideas that I'm using or that Ginger's using. You could switch them up. You could change them out. I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do mine. And I think it'll be fun making them together. I think that'll be so fun. So who's going to do it? All occasion tree. I like that one too. We'll stick with our mini seasonal tree stand series. Mini seasonal tree stand series. And you don't have to, like I said, I just used a Model Magic bucket because I have them. I'm going to have to go buy more Model Magic. I think I have 6 of these around with stuff in them. I'll have to empty them out. I'll put my Model Magic just in Ziploc bags. That's fine. But I think I probably won't make all 12 months because, like I said, I don't do St. Patrick's. I might do Halloween and do it Pinkoween, like the cake. I'm definitely not going to do it traditional Halloween because I don't like orange, I don't like purple, I don't like scary. So I'm just going to get a white tree. Or do I want a pink one? I'll have to think on it because I'm trying to think. Because Valentine's you could do pink. Winter you could do pink with white snowballs. Easter, definitely pink. Summer, beach, pink. Pinkoween, I could do pink. Maybe my tree will be pink. Maybe y'all's tree will want to do white. I'm going to have to think on that still. That was my silicone mat slipped and my little door fell to the ground. And I want to grab it before anything happens to it. It came out so good, right, Joyce? With the Spellbinder's die. Who knew? Yeah, pink or white. I'm going to have to think. I mean, it's $12.99. So for $6.50, I think I'll go and buy a pink one and a white one. And then this way I could switch them off. Like if I do want to do something fallish and I don't want the pink, then I could use the white. So I'll probably go, all right, I have to make a list now. I have to go to Hobby Lobby and get another pink little tree like this and a white one, because this is for baby Brooke. So I'm going to get a white one and a pink one for Mimi. And then I want to go to Walmart and look for those pink flocked nutcrackers that, okay, Lucy, yeah, I'm going to be signing off. Yeah, this little tree's from Hobby Lobby. It'll be $6.50, half price. And then the nutcrackers that Ginger was just telling us about, Carissa, it might have been before you hopped on. are coming out at Walmart right now. And she went to 2 Walmarts. One had them out, one didn't. I think Raymond said he didn't see them in his yet. So I'm going to go to Walmart. But they're pink flocked nutcrackers. And I think she said they light up. So I have 3 things I need to go shopping for again. But this is going to be so fun, you guys. I'm super excited. Mini seasonal tree stand series. And we're going to do this all year next year. And right before the new season, like we'll start working on our winter one that we could put up in January. We'll start working on that, like, you know, before Christmas, because Christmas time is so busy and crazy. So we'll start working on that. We'll see. Maybe the end of November, the beginning of December. And then we can make a Valentine one. We can make an Easter one. We can make a spring one. We can make a summer one. It's going to be so fun and so cute. And I'm excited for you guys to make them with me. And I can't wait to see how everyone's are going to come out differently. All right, you guys, I have kept you so long. I apologize, but we were having fun. We did a lot of chatting. We covered the bucket. So again, if you have Model Magic buckets, you definitely can do it. Take your time with the curves, but you saw I did it and it worked out. Just take your time, go slow. And we will cover those themes with some foam clay to look like royal icing. I think it's going to be adorable. All right. I probably won't come back on tonight because I've been on so long this afternoon. There might be some of our friends going on that I might want to watch. I'll probably continue working on the little elements, and then I'll come back on again tomorrow and we can start adding some of the elements to our bucket and start assembling. And it'll be a process. I don't think we'll get it all done in one day, but that'll be the fun of it, right guys? I like projects that sometimes that are not too overwhelming, but take you a couple of days to work on, to make the little elements. And then it's fun once you have all your little elements. Like when I went to put my Pinkoween cake together, I only had 1 hour to put that together, but I had made all the elements ahead of time. So in the 1 hour, I could just glue all the elements on and it came to life really quick. So that's what we'll do with our tree stand series too. We'll, you know, make some elements based on whatever the upcoming season is. And then on another day, we'll work on some elements. And again, you can spin it and do yours different than mine, but it'll be fun to do them together. And then we'll assemble ours. And then I'll probably start an album in our Create group. And I'll ask you guys to share yours for all the different seasons. So when you make yours, share them in the album. And it'll be so fun for everyone that's gonna participate and make them to see all the different spin that everyone puts on theirs. And I'm gonna maybe invite Ginger to do this with us too, since she was the original creator of the idea. I'm gonna message her and reach out. All right, guys, I love you so much. This was fun. We had a good time today. I'm so glad I got my bucket covered and it came out good. Hi, Carmen. Welcome. I'm just about to sign off. I've been on since 2:30 and my tummy's starting to growl. I need to go make dinner, but I am excited. I'm going to come back in my craft room tonight and work on some more of these elements for this cute little tree for and the stand for my granddaughter. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Angie. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. If you're watching on the replay, just leave me a little hashtag replay so I know you were here. I always rewatch my videos. Sometimes when I'm just sitting crafting, I'll rewatch them and watch the comments coming in so I can reply and see if anyone has a question or anything I need to reply to. So leave me a hashtag replay. And sprinkle me out and invite your friends, invite your crafty friends to join us for the tree stand series. I think it would be so fun, you guys. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.